Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Brown. Today is Friday, November 20th. It's about 10 minutes to 9 in the morning. And what I wanted to do is we had a little bit of a technical issue on our YouTube channel. So what I wanted to do is give you a representation, if you will, of our yellow zones. And I actually have some updates to provide to you today, and I'll try to make things as brief as possible because I know everybody is so busy. So thanks to those who are turning in those permission slips. We're doing great with those right now. Let's keep that up. I'm going to start this right from the beginning here. So this yellow zone information is fresh as of today at, I'm going to say 9 a.m. because nothing hopefully will change between 10 to 9 and 9 o'clock. Going to talk to you briefly about our current status. Also talk to you about the testing process that we will be going through should we enter a yellow zone, and then the permission slip process, just go over that real quickly. And then you've asked some great questions, and I'll give you a couple ways to ask me more questions if you need to. So current status as of today, we are not in any zone. But I think as you look around the area, you look around Buffalo and Rochester, the Rochester area and Syracuse area, they're in yellow zones. Buffalo looks to be entering an orange zone or maybe even a red zone pretty soon. And, you know, we had a little bit of a spike, I guess I would call it, here at Marcus Whitman. But I look at it as we hadn't had any cases in over a month. And then we had 4 cases this week. So hopefully that was the end of that, and we'll be able to go to Thanksgiving and be all right. So we're not in any zone right now, but what we want to do is prepare ourselves should we get to a yellow zone. And as I've mentioned previously, and you have this presentation, the former one that I emailed you, on a yellow zone, we've got to test 20% of our students and employees over a 2-week period. That's all students and all employees. It's the entire district, not just by buildings. So I'll talk about that a little bit. And if our number of positives is below the 7-day rolling average for the region, the testing can stop. And we're actually seeing that happen right now in Monroe County, where they've done the first bit of testing and it's way below what the region is. So they're not going to have to test again unless they go to a yellow zone again, which is great news. And hopefully we would be the same way. But if that test was greater, we have to test 20% more of our students over the next 2-week period. The most important thing for us is that in a yellow zone, in-person learning can continue. As of right now, for an orange zone or a red zone, meaning there's higher cases in the region, it's remote learning only. But I have to tell you that Dr. Mendoza and a lot of our lawmakers are pushing to be able to continue in-person learning should there be an orange zone or red zone, because even the CDC last night said that schools should remain open because they are the safest places overall in terms of spread of the virus. If you want to keep up to date on the metrics, there's a website down below. You can go to that website, and that'll give you the daily metrics of what's going on in every region. You've gotten to know me pretty well since I've been here, and you know that I'm a planner. So, and we are planners here. So our overall goal is to get everything in place before entering a yellow zone. So what we did, earlier on in the week, we held our town hall. I appreciate everybody who attended that. I think we had close to 600 people who had viewed the video, the original video. So that's fantastic. And I'm sure word of mouth has gotten out and all that. We wanted to inform our employees and community about the test. We did that. I'm going to work through that again, just real briefly. We also talked about the permission slip process. I'll update you on that. And, if we have to enter the yellow zone, we'll be all set to go, and we can just conduct the tests that we have to conduct. So about the test, it's, if you look at the link to the video that I have at the bottom of this slide, I took the test on Wednesday, and there's a video of me taking the test. So it's known as the rapid test. It says results in 24 to 28 hours. I actually got my results in about 3 minutes. There's no cost to you or any employee that has to take it. We would administer it right here. And in fact, we have 17 people, myself included, who are going to be trained in addition to our school nurses to administer the test should we need to. So we should be able to get things done very quickly. It's known as the rapid test. And there's a couple of graphics I included there that I grabbed from another website, the R test. And I think that's accurate where that swab goes in. When I had my test, it was barely inside the nostril, but did what it had to do. And I couldn't really feel a thing. So I was appreciative about that. I'm happy to report, thanks to the work of Gil Jackson in our district, the spreadsheet that we created is actually the spreadsheet that they're working with in the region just to modify for different school districts. It takes all the employees and all the students, puts them in a big long list, and then it randomly selects 20% from that list of people, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, 20% will be tested over a 2-week period, and hopefully we'll be below the 7-day rolling average if we had to, like the other schools are so far. There was a question that came up the other night. I thought a great question. You know, what's the percentage chance that someone can get a false positive? When I took my test on Wednesday, there was as long as you have no symptoms and take that test, the test is 98.5% accurate. If we get into a situation where we feel that maybe it was a false positive, you can look at the bottom of this flow chart, if you will, and you can help us decide as parents. We can give a second test. It's just a more robust test to make sure that the first one was right or wrong. So we have something in place should you feel that the test that we had wasn't, was a false positive or whatever. So we can handle that. The permission slip process, permission slips are out. They're out electronically. If you can fill it out, you can respond. You can email it back to me. You can email it back to the building principal. We're all getting it to Mr. Jackson. He's putting it in our spreadsheet to make sure that we're good to go there. We've gotten a great number of those permission slips in. Just keep that going. They're also being mailed home with report cards. If paper's better for you, just have your child bring it back and get it to the office or to their classroom teacher. Okay. Well, there you go. We'd like to get them all back by November 30th. We're going to train all of our people to do testing on December 1st. We figure that way, if we do enter a yellow zone, we're going to be absolutely ready to go. As of right now, if you decide that you don't want your child to be tested, that's okay. The scuttlebutt that I'm hearing around the state is that if they do make a change to that and they say, okay, if a child or employee opts out of the testing, that they could be home for the entire time that the region's in the yellow zone, which right now has been between 2 and 5 weeks. But as of today, you'd be able to remain in school and just move forward. So, but we do hope, again, we're getting the test for free. We're going to have a good supply of them. We're going to be able to test quickly and give you the results. We hope people, and you can see the video of me taking the test as well. We would hope that people would want their children to be tested. If you want to be here for the testing, not a problem. We'll notify you at least 24 hours before we administer any test, okay? So if you want to be present, we'll make that available. And we will try, if you want to be present and you have to work or something like that, we will try to have some later afternoon hours for testing, should we have to do that. The permission slips that you're filling out are valid for the remainder of the school year, but you can revoke that at any time. You just let us know and we would pull that for you. Questions. So if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email, cbrown@mwcsd.org, or you can give me a call, 585-554-4848, extension 1805. Okay. What can we do to help? What we've learned this week when we continue to talk with our Department of Health, wearing masks is just really important. Social distancing and limiting gatherings. You've heard all the things about Thanksgiving and all that. Again, we live in a free country. These are your choices to make. But when we're here at school, we're making sure that mask wearing is important, and also social distancing, washing hands, and then staying home if you're sick. With remote learning being available, or even for a few days if you have to. If you're taking some medicine, you still don't feel well, stay home, and we'll figure out a way to get the instruction to you virtually while your child is out, okay? And that's the end of our show. I'm going to stop that. And I do appreciate all your support. I appreciate you reading everything. I know it probably feels like I'm calling you too much and emailing you too much, but I want you to have every piece of information that I have. And, the safety of your kids, the safety of you, and the safety of our employees is number one before anything else. So that's that. I hope everybody enjoys their weekends, and I will, I'm sure, talk to you next week. Thank you.